Really surprised, like
Really?
pleasantly surprised.
Is that
with
what's
the
on you?
trailer.
Oh, there's blush. Sorry. Show me.
Show you. अभी तो इंटरनेट ऑन करना पड़ेगा ना.
हाँ तो वो इंटरनेट ऑन नहीं रहता आपका.
So
We
many
don't
different
vibe at all,
sensibilities.
me and her. Absolutely not. She has a very different way of working. I have a very different way of working. Like when I was working with Sonakshi, we spent a lot of time chatting with. We vibe. We really vibe. See, we are from the south, so it will go south anyway.
Oh God.
Now we've actually made it worse. मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता. Again, I was blown away. Baraido, Dahad. These are my favorites, I think, of Gulshan.
What do you?
I
How
guess
do you look at
GST
this?
और income tax also I pay.
हाँ, वो तो निकल के ही आता है जेब तो
नहीं income tax तो देना
उसके
पड़ता
बाद
है.
में भी देना पड़ता है. सही है.
Many actors learn. They pick this up also. Oh, they are having like 5 bodyguards. I need 6.
Yeah.
This also happens.
Yeah.
Download करके.
मैंने भी तो डाउनलोड करके देखा सर. Sorry.
कमी नहीं. Rajkumar, Ayushman. I think I'll take both. Maybe a little bit of Karthik Aryan also.
I was supposed to and really wanted to do this Malayalam film, of which the dates clashed with Ulaj.
Hi Gulshan, hi Roshan. Welcome to
Hi.
News 18.
Gulshan, Roshan. Gulshan.
Hi,
Like
thank
brothers. How are you?
Oh, good. How are you?
All good. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. Okay. Okay, it's consistent, so that's good.
All right, okay. So the trailer of Ulaj released today, and it's so hard hitting. I'm like really surprised, like
Really?
pleasantly surprised.
Is that
with
what's
the
on you?
trailer.
Oh, there's blush. Sorry.
Okay. No, so what is very interesting is there's a little zikr of nepotism also in the spy world.
Yeah, that's his dialogue. Like, you ask him about it.
No, I'm not going to get into that.
Not in the spy world. She's
In the
she's
diplomat
foreign
world,
service.
yeah.
She's an foreign
IFS
service.
officer.
She's in foreign service. She's
Yeah.
a diplomat.
Yeah.
She's not, well, I'm not revealing too much, but then let's just say for right now, she's in the foreign service.
Yes.
Which is not being a spy, it's being a diplomat.
Diplomat.
Yeah.
You work in embassies.
That's all.
Yes, that's true. That's right. Thank you for correcting me. But
You knew that, but you were just like,
yeah, but it looks like this whole espionage and all of that.
it's
no?
there,
Yeah.
that's there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, okay. So, no, Gulshan, I'll start with you. You had said earlier that I never thought that I'll actually get to work with Janhvi because
I said
we
that?
have very different sensibilities as an actor. That is what
When
you
did I say it?
You did
When?
a while back.
Show me.
Show you. अभी तो इंटरनेट ऑन करना पड़ेगा ना.
हाँ तो वो इंटरनेट ऑन नहीं रहता आपका.
नहीं
क्या
फोन आता
कौन से
रहेगा
प्लान
ना.
पे हो आज? वो तो साइलेंट कर देने का ना.
नहीं. No,
I don't remember saying this, but please finish your questions. Maybe.
No, I'm just saying that, you just spoke basically about the sensibilities, how different that is, of course. How would you really describe this synergy on set of, so many actors with so
We
many
don't
different
vibe at
sensibilities?
all, me and her. Absolutely not. She has a very different way of working. I have a very different way of working. We don't
Like
have
how?
anything in common. We don't chit chat. Like, with him, though, at least, like, when we're there, we talk about some other things or something like that. Nothing is there. But yet, she's a professional actor, I'm a professional actor, and we bring the game together when we have to do it because it's our job.
Yeah.
And we both are professional actors, na? Regardless of what our perceptions are. We are professional actors.
Sure.
I had a similar equation with Rajkumar. It's always used to be hi, hello. And then we never really discussed anything like that whenever I have worked with him, and which I've done 3 times now. But then when you're doing the scene, you're with the scene, you're doing your job, and you're doing whatever you have which is required of you to do. So that way, maybe, I don't remember saying what you said, but just in case I have said it, let me just clarify the point that that's what probably I meant, that we have very different approaches to sort of working. But then it sort of comes together because we both are professional actors and it's our job.
Right, that's right. But do you want to shed some light on why do you say our approaches are very different? What's that?
She has a very different, we don't talk about the scene too much, we don't anything like that. And usually what happens is, like, I'll give you an example. Like I've also worked with friends, like Radhika Apte, who's a friend.
Sure.
We also spend a lot of time talking about the scene, about the character, and most of the time about everything else.
Yeah.
Okay, that like me and Kalki are able to immediately, or Radhika immediately create some sort of a chemistry because of the familiarity we have. We use that.
Okay.
We use that. Like when I was working with Sonakshi, we spent a lot of time chatting we really vibed. That helps. But when that's not there, everybody can't be like that. No, I can't expect. 100%. I'm not saying that it's Janhvi's fault or my fault that we're not vibing.
But you can't get
People
along with everyone.
But we have a job to do, right? So you find there are other ways to getting the job done. But professional actors will get the job done because we know that our job. She's very professional. So I never felt that, I'm feeling some lack of connect or anything like that during a scene. Outside of the scene, we never chit-chatted. I mean, you guys chit-chatted a little bit. I saw you jealously. They're vibing, huh?
But we were never even on set the same.
I'm just... So I'm a little worried this is going south, so I'm trying to make that.
We can easily skip to
See, we are from the south, so it will go south anyway.
Oh God.
Now we've actually made it worse. I
So
didn't
you get
think
my
it'd be
point.
Yeah, I
possible.
get it. Yeah, Roshan, do you want to say something about that?
About this? No.
No, not about this. I'm talking about the different energies, the synergy on set. Do you also feel like the schools of acting that you and let's say Janhvi comes from?
He actually went to acting school. He did.
No, I mean, see, every actor has their own way of doing it. Even like people who say they have no method have some kind of subconscious method that they're employing. Otherwise, how do they know when to start and when to stop?
Right.
So I don't think it's essential or I don't think it's required for two people to be in sync in their approach to a scene. That's fine. It's actually good to be surprised. It's actually, it's good to be like, shaken off your feet a little bit because you didn't see something that the actor was going to do coming, or you just cannot believe how their approach is this, and yet the scene is happening. Going there and figuring it out, improvising and like adapting is the game.
Yeah.
And it's a fun game to play. So I mostly get along with most people. I've not really had. I've had some co-actors with whom I like you said. I would say we didn't vibe.
Yeah.
No, getting along is a separate thing.
Getting along. Getting along, vibing is actually very, very separate.
Please, not like that. Muh nahi dekhna, aisa.
Yeah. But I mean, like even in the worst scenario, you figure out a way to get the scene done.
Yeah.
That happens no matter what.
Yeah.
It has to happen.
Right.
The whole crew is there and you can...
I saw like some of the scenes when I saw, and particularly the song that we shot together, when I saw that, and I was like, yeah man, we don't vibe, but then nobody can tell.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like because both of us are doing our job, as good as we can.
Yeah. So we're basically saying that it's not necessary to be the thick of friends, right? For your chemistry to really come through.
It helps. It helps.
It definitely
if it's
helps,
there,
but
great.
it's not necessary.
But you can't be friends with everybody.
Yeah, and you can't expect that. You'll just be lying if you're saying, that's the case with everyone I work with. That's not true.
Family atmosphere, this like with me and Sudhanshu also, I really like him, but it took some time, It was not a fit right from the beginning.
Yeah.
He had to the two sandpapers going at each other, and finally we had to stop because then beyond this we will start bleeding. We have to stop. So it took some work. But sometimes this process also is, see, when it's not like you're not belittling somebody, you're not intentionally causing anybody harm. It's a creative thing, tussle, right? It's sometimes good. It really pushes you in directions that I wouldn't have gone. It maybe pushed him in directions that he wouldn't have gone. So sometimes these kind of things, if it can be civil, and that's the thing, we were very civil about it.
Exactly, yeah.
But I'm sure you've watched each other's works before this.
Of course.
Yeah. What was like your earliest impression of each other really?
I knew that he went to drama school, and which is like, I was like, okay.
Yeah, you were associated with drama school in some way.
Yeah, when they were beginning or something like that, they got me and Kalki and everybody.
Yeah, I saw a picture of you or a testimonial from you when I first looked up their website. I remember.
Before that, there was they used to conduct these 2-week intensive workshops, which I was planning over, and we saying a lot of people were like really part of that thing. And they requested we're doing this, would you like to endorse and all that. So we supported
my first memory of Gulshan is from Shaitan. It's a movie that I absolutely loved. It was like I was knocked out. I was like, oh, what is this? How did this happen? This is so fresh, so original. Everybody's so
Maverick
bloody
Bijoy
good.
Nambiar's, it's all from his day.
Yeah, everybody was so bloody good in that film.
Have you worked with him?
With Bijoy, no. I mean, I know him very well, spoken many times, discussed projects also, nothing's happened yet. Then Mard Ko Dad Nahi Hota, again, I was blown away. Balaido, The Hard. These are my favorites, I think, of Gulshan.
Unfortunately, I've only seen him in Choked.
Really?
And I have not been very... I should get into this whole wave of Malayalam cinema. I don't know why I know why I'm not getting into. Sometimes I'm very moody about such things. So I leave it for like a phase, and then I'll get into that thing, and then I'll just like watch only like Malayalam stuff.
Yeah.
So that is going to happen someday. But out of all of his work, the Hindi work that he's done, I've seen only Choked. And I liked him. I thought he was great. He was funny, and I liked the movie also. It was pretty like fun.
Yeah, Choked was a fun film.
It was. Even Mard Ko Dard Nahi Hota that's my favorite film of yours,
Thank
actually.
you, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
You
you.
know, coming back to this film, of course there are, there's geopolitical references. There's of course a hint of politics. If you're talking about the world of diplomacy and espionage, there will be politics. It's a let's say a grey world, a complicated world we are living in. Sentiments can get hurt, at the drop of a hat. When you are required to be, or when you choose to be rather, a part of a film like this, does that thought ever come to your head ki pata nahi how are people going to perceive this? No,
Technically,
in general also, I'm just asking.
No, but that way when you think about it, anybody can take offense at anything.
Yeah.
So if you think about what are people going to say, there's very few options left for you to do. I think if nothing's like really sticking out at you while you read the script, then for me it's just a check of making sure that the director's sensible and responsible.
Yeah.
And so are the other makers, who are the decision makers, let's say. If that's the case, then you go ahead and do it. And yeah.
Yeah. Right. Actually both of you, I just struck me now because you mentioned Choked. Your first film was directed by Anurag Kashyap, and your first Hindi film.
Hindi film was directed.
Can you tell me a little bit about, what does it mean and how did it help to actually be directed by Anurag Kashyap in your first projects?
I also worked with him as an actor recently. So
Bad Cop.
No?
Bad Cop, yeah. I mean, the kind of freedom that the trust, I would say, it comes down to like when you're looking for good opportunities, here's this person who gives you a great opportunity and who trusts you with it. He doesn't tell you too much as to how to go about it. You feel trusted, and he doesn't say it also that I trust you. He just makes you feel trusted.
Yeah.
And that's very rare when you're starting off. It's extremely, I'm sure there are other good people also, but I was lucky that I found him, or rather he found me, and he gave me that opportunity. It was a huge thing for my confidence because I had no pressure. I was like, this guy trusts me.
I was very clinical in my approach to shooting a film. When I first started shooting, I felt like an actor's job is to get the okay take in as little amount of time as possible. And I think it was the second or third day that I was on set with AK when he set up a close shot of something that we had already taken a wide of, and obviously I repeated what I did in the wide, and he said, "Can't do something different, you already did that." I was like, "Yeah, but aren't we going for a close of the same thing?" He said, "Yeah, but I've already got that, do something different." So I was like, okay, is this a playground now? Can we like really, take all these resources, all these people and all this time and just like really play with it? That's an option I didn't know existed. So he sort of like broke a lot of barriers that I had unnecessarily built for myself. That I think I'll always be thankful to AK for. And many other things, but this is the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Since we are speaking about him, he recently, I think during Bad Cop only, he was speaking about how, basically about entourage costs and all of that. He was talking about there are film sets
I keep all the money for myself.
That's great. That's a great approach to have. He was saying that, there was this actor, of course he didn't take names. He said that, his chef used to accompany him and the chef would charge 20 lakh rupees. Like, of course, that now shoots up the production cost also. And a lot of conversation is happening about that, of course. How do you look at it? Like you said, मैं तो सब पैसा अपने जेब में डालता हूँ.
No, I was joking.
We know.
I also pay tax. So सारा पैसा मेरे जेब में नहीं जाता है.
How do you look at
GST
this?
और income tax also I pay.
हाँ, वो तो निकल के ही आता है जेब तो.
नहीं, income tax तो देना पड़ता है.
उसके बाद में भी देना पड़ता है. सही है.
Firstly, like not all actors do that.
Yeah.
Okay. There are a select few who probably have this thing. So yeah, sure. Some of the blame is the actors. I think it's both sides. One has to see that why is it such a thing prevalent? Why? Like for example, if people say that why somebody like a government official or somebody like that taking a bribe, because somebody is willing to give that bribe also or something like that. So there's a problem with the situation also. So if people are willing to pay that much money. And of course, they would have calculated that, okay, it's still worth it for us for whatever reasons. Maybe at some point of time, it was worth it. Maybe now it's not worth it. Maybe now they don't have that spare 20 lakhs to just splurge on a chef, right? So things are changing. So it is everybody's responsibility also to sort of make sure that every story has to be made in the right cost.
Yeah.
And then at some point I felt that people didn't really care because they had figured out how to make money out of when you own the IP.
Right.
But then sometimes life, throws you challenges, and then right now it's not that easy.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about people coming to theaters or something like that. Don't get me started on that. That's like a big myth. People will come if they're interested.
Yeah.
But there are other avenues where producers could make money. So now the burden of making the money is on the producers. And it's a cutthroat business, a difficult business. It's always been a difficult business to release films in cinemas.
Yeah.
So now you have to make budgets. Maybe Anurag, in his own experience, had some actors. He knows of some actors, but it's, as he also said, because I was there for most of the interviews with him together when we discussed it together, it's also the producers who were willing to pay that. A lot of people were willing to pay that. Now suddenly you're saying that no, and you're complaining, no yaar ye अरे तो 5 फिल्मों को तो दिया था आपने,
हाँ.
अब नहीं देना चाहते हो, complain कर रहे हो.
Right.
So it's both. I think actors also should become a little reasonable because they should make things for the right money. And then there are other ways to make money also. Like we're not offered residual income or back-end deals. It's not really a thing that everybody really shies away from doing it. I don't know, maybe because they have to open their books or something like that. I don't know. Transparency in accounts or something like that. But there are other ways that you can sort of make sure that the burden is less. But I think we need to sort of really be more reasonable with such things. But it's not everybody. There are some, of course it's a trickle down thing. Many actors learn, they pick this up also. Oh, they are having 5 bodyguards, I need 6.
Yeah.
This also happens.
Yeah.
But
Did it happen to either of you ever? You tend to succumb to these things, no?
You don't necessarily have to, but you feel the need to sometimes.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
feel like you'll only be taken seriously if you do a certain bunch of things that you absolutely don't believe in or you do not find the need for. I'm saying it's completely different if an actor, let's say, has a very restricted diet and hence requires a chef to be on board whenever they're working so they can be in the best condition to do the work.
Right.
That's a completely different scenario. That's not what I'm talking about.
I remember with Dulkar when we were doing this one, I
Guns and
remember a
Gloves.
legendary story of his where he brought the Porsche. So, and he had to because he was coming in a production vehicle, and then he felt that he's nothing. They're not able to communicate. His people, his staff, they're having a lot of trouble with production and stuff like that. And he decided that, and he's a massive star.
Yeah.
At that point of time, he was a massive star in Kerala, and then a collector of expensive cars.
Yeah.
So he's just okay, and I had heard about this, and he said it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
So he asked for I bring the Porsche. When the Porsche came, everybody realized, oh, this guy's a big shot. And then they completely changed. Now, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Why did he wasn't doing it.
Yeah.
But he's I had no choice to do it, but to flex.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a system that forces you to do something that you...
Yeah. So it's easy to now look at him, go, oh, big shot. But he's not. I know him. I worked with him. He's the sweetest guy.
That's right.
But he was left with no option but do that because he could do that. So people will find other ways to do that. I mean, if we all create conducive atmospheres for creative working where we don't have to really it's not a pageant where we're showing off we have this many staff, that many staff. If we can chill out a little bit about it, definitely it'll be a better environment for us to work, and also it will save people money.
Yeah.
That's important.
I think if respect can just come from, or be shown where it's deserved.
That's right.
In the amount that it's deserved.
It's so hierarchical. This is a big subject. This will go on.
The whole interview
There's
will
this
be taken up
imaginary
by this.
hierarchy where everybody feel that they need to behave a certain way. This is below me. This is bullshit. I'll stop.
Yeah. But you get the point.
No, I get it. I get it. But, since we are talking about money, Roshan, I would like to again bring this, to the audience's notice that this has been a brilliant, brilliant year for the Malayalam film industry already.
Yeah.
This is the 7th month that we are in. So many films have done so well. There was Brahma Yogam, Premalu, Court Life,
Boys.
Avesham, so many.
Manjummel Boys,
Yeah. Manjummel was
Manjummel
big.
Boys.
Manjummel Boys, of course. What kind of, motivation do you think, Roshan, that really gives, to you as an actor when you see, let's say, relatively smaller films doing so well?
It gives you hope more than anything else. When, these are as diverse as possible, this lot of films that you've mentioned, they're not all star-driven. They're not all one particular genre. They're not all masala entertainers. So it gives you hope. It really makes you believe that whatever is the project that you're working on, if you make it well enough and if you go at it honestly enough, you have a shot. And that's all you need to get to work the next day. And everybody is now, like everyone in Malayalam is now like trying to get on, like Parvati said that in an interview recently. You're watching all of this happen in the theatres and you want to be part of it.
Yeah.
You want your next film to be listed with those.
Sure.
And so it's inspiring everyone. That's great.
That's great.
Yeah,
What
for
a
me
great
personally,
time.
it's the diversity. in these films.
I think one of the most wonderful things because of the digital revolution is that people have had access to films of languages that they don't even understand,
Yeah.
but they can appreciate now because we have the means to sort of see dubbed version of it or with subtitles. Many people don't mind. I have huge issues with subtitles. I get so distracted. Anyway, so like right now.
Right now you have subtitles.
I went from somewhere, I go somewhere else.
Acha, theek hai.
Looking
Before
London, talking Tokyo.
Oh, you want to continue? You can.
No. उधर से वो हो जाएगा उधर से.
Acha, nahi. So before we let you go, we'll play a very small segment.
Games.
with-
Okay.
Oh, okay. Damn. Okay.
Gear up.
Yeah. Good.
But you have to be super honest. You can't skip these questions.
How do you know we being honest? We're
Yeah.
both very good
I
actors.
can read eyes
We even
also.
went to like drama school.
You just can't get over
I'm
it.
wearing glasses. You can't read my eyes. I'm so good that you won't be able to read my eyes.
All right, let's start. A film of yours, respectively, you wished was watched by more people.
Hunter, during its theatrical release.
I've watched it.
People mostly watched it after, download करके.
मैंने भी तो डाउनलोड करके देखा सर, सॉरी.
कमीने.
वहाँ पे प्ले नहीं हो रहा था शायद थिएटर में.
हाँ, केरला में नहीं लगी थी.
हाँ. There's a Malayalam film called Oru Tekken Tallu Case. It's on Netflix.
It was pretty early on in your career.
No, Tekken was I think 2022.
Okay, sorry. Okay. The weirdest reason you have been rejected for?
I wouldn't know.
You come to know now?
I don't know. Maybe his nose is too fat or he's too tall.
For you?
I have no idea.
Producer of the film changed and the producer's son wanted to act.
Okay. A contemporary whose filmography you really feel envious of?
This is like Rajkumar.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rajkumar, Ayushmann. I think I'll take both. Maybe a little bit of Kartik Aaryan also. Maybe a little bit. अभी लालची हो रहा हूँ. अभी लालची हो रहा हूँ.
Oh, very. Now that he said all these names, Vijay Verma.
Yeah, right. Okay. What's the biggest Ulajh moment in your life? Ulajh is entangled, no?
Yeah.
You were like torn, like what to do, I'm so confused, that kind of a situation.
I was supposed to and really wanted to do this Malayalam film of which the dates clashed with Ulaj. So while I was shooting and prepping for Ulaj, I mean, I won't tell you which one, but it's among the names that you mentioned earlier in the list. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so while I was prepping for Ulaj, there was this constant, oh my God, do I have to say no to this? Or do I, lie to them, tell them I'll be there and just like run off and finish Ulaj and go? And eventually I decided to come clean and like drop out of that film and do Ulaj instead.
I may look like a guy who's like, thought of certain things and who's like, energetic and all that. But all my life I've had a lot of problems with anxiety. I get very anxious.
Okay.
And I'm also I get overwhelmed with things, especially when I have to do too many things. Like many times I do like one thing. If I have to like one interview, I have to go somewhere, I'll just do that and I can't stop thinking about it from the night. It's like that and that, so I can't sleep.
अभी भी होता है?
हाँ, होता है.
Okay.
It's less, but then वो होता है. Also, I am notoriously lazy. And this has always been, it's more, sometimes it's useful also to be lazy. But this has generally been my Ulaj. I'm always like, I'm still struggling with like, striking a sense of balance with, it's definitely gotten better, but I think my laziness can definitely improve by mean that I can be less lazy.
Okay. This last two. A director you had called for work.
Cold call? Nobody.
You did?
No, never called anyone and asked, no.
Acha, okay.
Walked up to them, shook hands, tried to ask, couldn't get the words out. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, the last one. The shadiest audition you have been to?
I haven't been to, even when I was just looking for work, I hardly went to auditions.
Really?
Yeah, hardly. I would have done like 50, 60 totally from 2008 to now. I would have done that.
Yeah?
People do that in like a week.
Yeah,
in
50,
2 days.
60 I would have finished in
There
like
are
a
some
couple
people
of
who
months.
do 2 days, who do this ad circuit. Na? They're like,
Yeah.
महीने में कितना 500, 600 तो कर लेते हैं.
So no shady auditions for you.
I can't remember any shady.
Have you?
Yeah, a couple of shady auditions. I mean,
Oh,
actually,
you mean
more
like
than a couple.
touchy-feely types? No,
No, no.
Anything can
Come
be
sit
shady,
on my
no?
lap types.
I mean, like, those I haven't had, I guess, by the privilege or like whatever. Guys usually don't.
But shady,
get
then how
that
do you
many.
mean shady? Like what shady?
Just feels
Paisa
like,
ka locha
what
maybe,
is this? Is this actually
that.
a
Dodgy.
is this actually a project? Is this going to happen? Are they really like serious about that
So
kind
dodgy,
of?
not shady.
Dodgy
yeah,
types.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess.
Okay. All right. But
They
thank
have
you so
lives.
much.
Thank
All the
you.
very
Outside of
best
this.
for Ulaj. And well, we hope it receives a lot of love from the audience.
We hope so too. We need the money.
We do too. Yeah.
We have taxes to pay. Hi, my name is Alia Bhatt and you're watching me on News 18. I'm a really good actor and this is my husband Ranveer. He's also good. He was in Rockstar. He was very good in that.
Hi, I'm Roshan Mathew. This is Gulshan Devaiah. You're watching us on News 18.
What an animal. What an animal you are.